Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another episode of the Goodcast Show. Now, in recent times, a lot of issues have been raised up, particularly as we head towards Rancangan Malaysia Ke-13 and of course the MITRA issue. Many of opposition members have voiced their concerns about where are the funds that were promised by MITRA, where is the allocation gone, is it coming out? I myself have attended several press conferences organized by the opposition where they have been very loud with their opposition towards what's happening. Unfortunately, in the past, our Madani government has also been very silent. Not much response has been given in the wake of all these criticisms. Only recently, Prabha, who you can check on my TikTok page, came up in a press conference to share his thoughts on what the major points that were raised against him. But today, that's all going to change. A member who you have seen before on this podcast, he's a member of Parti Keadilan Rakyat. He is the Timbalan President in the
Naib Ketua Cabang, Vice Chairman.
Vice Chairman. But today you will see my guest today who's going to change that narrative and provide us with insight into all the issues that have been facing the Prime Minister together with the Madani government. He is a guest before on the podcast. He is the Vice Chairman of the Bandar Tun Razak Parti Keadilan Rakyat branch, and he is a very charismatic and very powerful speaker. So I'm very happy to have him on here again. Please welcome Jonathan Vela, aka Prince Jon. Prince, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. Thank you.
First and foremost, the last time we met, you were running for Vice Chairman. You won it.
Yes, I want it.
Victory.
I have to thank Vinod and the good show too of your support, and it came at the right time of your.
Yeah, right time actually. Did quite well there.
Yeah. It went out, and it was a useful also for me sharing out what's my plan, ideas, and what I see that I can do for in Bandar Tun Razak and also in the Wilaya and also whole. Nation, well, thanks to you.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for being here. So you've always been one of those more approachable leaders in PKR, especially among the Indian diaspora leaders in your people in the party. So let's go straight to it. MITRA. MITRA now has become a huge contentious topic. Many of our friends, including even Sudan and all that, are daily videos opposing MITRA, raising concerns. They're asking, where has the money gone? Will it come? What's your answer?
Well, to answer this, I can't overshadow the MITRA chairman itself.
Yes.
Because, and also it comes under the Prime Minister's purview, so I can say a lot of that. But just now you say the insight. I can't share much of insight, but I can share the overview of it. Now, what I see, MITRA, when I see videos like our friend Sudan, I don't know why, but he always ஒன்று கைலி பாய்க்கிறாரு, இல்லைன்னா கைலி கீழே போய் தேடுறாரு. அவருக்கு என்ன பர்சனுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. கொஞ்சம் அதை பார்த்துங்க, எனக்கு பாவமாக இருக்கு உங்களை பார்க்க. So I think you have to get some counseling, MITRA and Sudan. And then I see this guy Sanjeevan talking about it. I see Urimai, what's this guy? David Marshall, that guy needs education. He speaks more vulgar words than good words. I think that guy cannot be a proper leader in our nation. So anyway, come back to...
No, we can stick on this. Go on, name more names.
Then who else can I see? Now I see everybody is trying to be the champion and... speaking on MITRA, well, it's good. My question is also towards YB Prabha. YB Prabha, you have to answer this. You have to give an answer from your own mouth. Like in English we say, is from the horse's mouth. So you have to come out and say it from your mouth and tell where is the money and why hasn't it come out or what has come out. Now, YB Prabha has also said that money was been allocated to the schools, to the praskolas, the kindergartens, and also dialysis and like that. And now the question is, now to everyone.
What about the NGOs? The NGOs and all that.
The NGOs, it's in process. I think he has come out with explanations saying that MITRA, they are viewing all of these applications individually, one by one, step by step. Now, if we say that the money is going to be given back to the government, well, let's wait a while more. Then if Praba or YB Praba and the team do not, then we can, I myself will question why was the money not finished. It ends on October. It ends on October. It finishes, I mean, the period ends on October. So we have another 3 more months. Now the question will be, will the money finish then? Let's wait. We'll wait till that time. But the only person who can answer, I did speak to YB Prabha on this. He has in his explanations. But as I say, I can't say in depth of what is going on. But YB Prabha, he should answer this.
But he's not answering it. I mean, even at the press conference that I was at, he sort of pushed the blame to applications that were not right. He also pushed the blame to basically saying in the previous statements that he has a thing that it's with the Prime Minister's office, but it's not been approved. Is it fair for him to do it this way as opposed to addressing the issues head on, but rather what he's doing now is pushing the blame?
Yes, he should answer it in a way which the common people will understand. I understand what he says, but common people won't understand what he meant. So again, I say that YB Prabha should answer this in the simpler language so that our people will understand. Yes, in regards of PM's office, because MITRA comes under தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா அது சிறப்பு குழு தலைவர் தான் YB பிரபாகரன் அவர். ஆனாலும் இது பிரதமர் இடத்திலிருந்து தான் அது வருது. So he has to give an answer and how do I say? He has his how do we put it?
But in your conversations with YB Prabha, do you get the feeling that this money will be released, but it's just taking time? Is time the issue? Because what the opposition are saying, sort of hinting, is that they are saying that the money won't be released and it'll be returned.
As we see based on what YB Prabha has said, the schools, the kindergarten schools, money is been allocated, and also the dialysis has been allocated.
Yeah.
And the other parts is coming on the way. That's what we base on what he says. In this government, I would like to say a little bit about our Prime Minister. He is very, he micromanages every issues, and especially when it comes to money. Okay. If we see MITRA in the last years, there is many scandals. I was going through this article or this newspaper article, which it brings us back to 2021, where the MPs in the opposition at that time from a DAP and PKR and PH, they were questioning Dato Halima, who was the Minister of Unity, if I'm not mistaken. And she did not want to answer where did the money go or what happened. So most of these scandals or taking money and using it for their use was at that time of period. And I see these people are the one who is now trying to push the government, push MITRA in getting the money out. I think they need the money more badly than the normal, ordinary Indian people. So I was reading through, there is lots of pending cases which is still ongoing, and also some who are also charged in 2021. One is charged. She paid a fine of 1,000 something ringgit, which this all was in the time of the Perikatan National Barisan National.
They were charged for?
They were charged for forging documents. So when you have MITRA, once you get your funds, you have to give your statements and everything. So these people, what they did was, one of it was, let me read this. She's, I don't want to mention the name, but it was on July 28, 2020. She was then the secretary of PWBSM, which they had the grant amount, an agreement to obtain grants amounting to 12.1 million from MITRA under the Entrepreneurship and Career Development Program for Indian community. So now she was also charged, these people were charged because they forged some documents. Now this one all happened in 2020. Oh, coming back to our Prime Minister, he micromanages every cent which goes out. He makes sure this kind of problem won't happen. If you see in 2023, when YB Ramanan, he was chairing MITRA, there was no forgery, no money gone out without account, and everybody, every single cent was, if I'm not mistaken, was used. I think he told me there was 5 cent balance or something like that. So you cannot see any cases. Even in YB Prabha's time now, we didn't see any cases. So PM, he micromanages, he makes sure that tiada penyelewengan wang berlaku pada masa dia. So I think maybe that is one of the reasons why it's on hold, gone through, looking at everything one by one, then it will be released. I can affirm that till it comes from YB Prabha. So YB Prabha, அன்பு சகோதரர், நீங்க வந்து நம்மளுடைய ஜனங்களுக்கு, நம்மளுடைய ஆட்களுக்கு, you have to say, you have to tell our people why. Even me, I'm questioning you. Our Indian people are angry with the government because of this. You have to answer this.
But the Indian people are angry with the government for also one reason, I think, is the silence from the government, particularly when it comes to these issues. So has YB Prabha's silence been a mistake on his part?
We, even when the opposition were in the government, or even when any governments, when this kind of questions arise, it's not silence. It's waiting for an answer and giving the right answer.
Okay.
If you just babble your mouth like David Marshall or Sudan, then you got no target. You just say whatever you want. You just talk about whatever. But when you hold a position, you need to have integrity. You need to know what to say. You cannot just say whatever you want. That it doesn't work like that. That's why when if you see any government, when someone speaks against the policies or the vision or the plan, they are sometimes outcast. We can take one of the greatest example is now current times is KJ. When he went against his own party and their own principles, they outcast him. KJ, you know. So silence-wise, maybe because they are waiting or wanting to give a right answer. But if you ask, if you say silence totally, this is what I also question many of our Indians who come to me personally and ask, "Why is the government silent?" You see YB Datuk Ramanan, in every press conference, when he's questioned, he answers. How can we say that he's silent?
But I'm saying he's, in this case, YB Prabha, I feel, because there has been a lot of opposition against MITRA. The opposition have played this card, pointing out every mistake. Right? It was it started with, of course, when with the allocations for dialysis and Tadika, people asked, they said, aren't you supposed to be a transformative agency? This is welfare, right? That was one. And then now with this, when the people are asking a question, okay, where is my money? I mean, I have applied, the NGOs have applied, and the money is not coming. Isn't it the duty of YB Prabha to come up and give a timeline at the very least?
Yes, I am not, to your questions, I'm not saying no, and I'm not trying to defend or anything. I'm giving some facts. And also I'm saying that I also question. Now this question has to be answered by YB Prabha, but I believe it cannot be just menjawab melulu begitu saja. Ia perlu dijawab dengan fakta, numbers, and in a proper way. So not defending, but also I'm asking, not defending also, but I'm asking YB Prabha to give an answer on MITRA. But MITRA in Tamil it says சமூக மேம்பாடு திட்டம். அப்போ அதோடைய அர்த்தம் என்னென்றால் நம்ம போய் ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு காசு கொடுக்க முடியாது. ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு போயிட்டு நம்ம இந்தாங்க 1000 வெள்ளி, இந்தாங்க 1 லட்சம் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துட முடியாது. சிலர் என்னிடத்தில் அடித்து பேசும்போது என்கிட்ட கேட்பாங்க, மித்ரா மூலிமா எனக்கு லோன் கிடைக்குமா அப்படின்னு. மித்ரா cannot give loan because it's not a bank. It cannot give something which makes money out of it. So it's for the transformative of Indians. So that's when it goes to colleges, it goes to schools, it goes to dialysis, it goes to NGOs who can bring up the Indian how do we put it? The Indians' welfare. Because we cannot go and pay for their house. You cannot use that money to pay for their house. You cannot use that money to buy them groceries.
But are these NGOs the answer? Is the way MITRA is doing it now, where they have a fund and then they allocate it? They shouldn't they allocate it to programs that they administer as opposed to relying on NGOs, because there is no way to check and balance whether these NGOs are actually delivering on the money, on their promises, on their efforts. Are they actually using the money for right things, or is it just this 100 million is then funneled to the NGOs and they can do whatever they want with it?
That's why in 2020 they had lots of problems, and like what I said, after when YB Ramanan and from that onwards we didn't have that issues, because it was really checked and that funds was given to the right people for them to give an answer. Every money which is given out from MITRA, they have to give an answer.
So are you saying now that perhaps all these people are not the opposition, but the people, the NGOs who have applied, should just wait a little longer? The money will come?
We cannot say they will 100% get it.
No, the ones who have applied and successfully applied.
Yeah, successfully applied, but then they has to go to a certain process. I see these videos of some of our social media activists where they didn't get their MITRA money and they made it as a national issue. You don't get it, it's your problem. You don't make it as a national issue. So I saw some of our friends, they made this issue, they even send me message, say, oh no, we didn't get this issue, get this fund, so I'll make it as a national issue. No, maybe I tell you this. I also applied MITRA. I think in the time of 2023, I forgot, I didn't get also. So I took it as, maybe my proposal was not in line with their specs or what they wanted. So I kept quiet. I didn't make it as a national issue. So there's hundreds and thousands of NGOs which have applied. நிறைய பேர் அப்ளை பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. எல்லாருக்கும் கிடைச்சிட முடியாது. ஏன்னா நம்மளுக்கு allocate பண்ணது 100 million தான். So, and this 100 million alone doesn't determine our Indian people. What I'm sad is, many of our friends, many people, even down there, those who are watching now also, later they will be saying, no, MITRA is Indians, 100 million is, so you're branding the Indians just with 100 million. Come on, there's a lot of things out there. Now, matriculation, there is a opening in matriculations. There is a school, Tamil schools being paid for. Why? And that didn't come under MITRA. The Tamil schools' toilets, which were refurbished or done, was not under MITRA. That is for the Tamil schools.
Yeah.
And many NGOs, for example, I would say from the Prime Minister's department, I can speak for my office, which is from the Political Secretary's office, Dato Azman's office. Dato Azman has agreed and given out to many Indian NGOs. This is not spoken, and sadly, many of our NGOs which got the funds from the Prime Minister's office did not come out. but they condemn the government back. Why not speak of what you have gotten? So from our office, many NGOs got it. So why is it just MITRA? It's not only MITRA. There's lots of things. That's people defending the Indians. There's leaders who does for the community work there is. There's Jualan Ramah. It's for everybody. So let's not bring our Indians. நம்மளை வந்து ஒரு தரத்தை வைத்துக் கொள்கிறோம். நம்ம இவ்வளோதான் கேப் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கிறோம். 100 இந்தியன்னா 100 மில்லியன். அதனால தான் சமுதாயம் நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு மேன்மை அப்படின்னு வரல. Because நம்மளை சின்னதாக ஆக்கிக்கிறோம். This 100 million is just 100 million.
So has MITRA, in your opinion, been the transformative agency that it was started off to be?
Oh. So now I have to take out my head off from
From PKR to a person, an Indian voter.
The Indian voter. I said, since before, it has not reached what is supposed to be reached.
And whose fault is that?
There is no continuity. Say, for example, now, YB Raman was there. Next year, he's no more there. Then YB Saras was there. Then she's no more there. YB Prabha is there. If he's no more there next. So it changes every time. You ask me, there should not be MITRA. My personal view. You should put it in under the government. It comes straight under government. Let's not allocate it as MITRA. Before that, it was SIDC.
Yes.
If you ask me since then, well, then let's show proof of who has benefited tremendously out of this.
I mean, just to share my opinion on this as well, I feel that during the times of SEDIC, until now, the standard operations of SEDIC and MITRA have been the money we have, we just allocate to NGOs. I feel that is not a very effective way to bring out transformation. I feel that MITRA should first of all come up with a solid plan, a timeline for say 5 years, 10 years, and then allocate the 100 million using their people, not NGOs, to carry out the programs. That should be the way.
This is what initially I believe, I'm not mistaken, the plans of the Prime Minister, where he didn't want it to be from NGOs. He wanted it to be just from the government bodies and like that. But then the pressure, again, I can't speak of him or of anyone else, but how I see it, my personal view, the pressure which was pressed made, okay, MITRA தானே இருந்தாங்க. இவர் மாத்திரமல்ல, இதற்கு முன்னுக்கு முஹிடின் யாசின், இதுக்கு முன்னுக்கு இஸ்மாயில் சப்ரி, அதற்கு முன்னுக்கு Najib. Even Najib gave 100 million. Did Najib give more?
He did 150.
150. Okay. So then after it reduced. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So.
No, but the 150, 100, not not much. It's not like 500 million or something.
So we don't know. Maybe this time PM will say 200 million.
Who knows? Beat everyone.
Yeah. If he says, then suddenly he'll become a champion of the Indian.
Yes, champion. Yeah. So you're saying that this was Prime Minister's plan, PMX's plan, but there was pressure from the NGO.
I can't say it was his plan, but what we have heard before, I think it was on his mind. That's why when you see the schools also, he doesn't allocate it. Okay, the Indian schools, Tamil schools, Chinese schools, like that. He says it in general.
But when we have heard the opposition talk, they have also sort of channeled the blame to PMX when it comes to MITRA. Is it fair to blame PMX for the failings of MITRA?
He is the chief of the whole government. So
but he elects people to do his job. Yeah, he can't do everything.
Yes. So the blame normally goes to the leader, not the one who's running it. But here we see Prabha, YB Prabha he is getting daily. People who knows politics, don't know politics, knows MITRA, don't know MITRA. Everybody speaks about MITRA.
Yeah.
I'm sad for him, but you sit at the place where you have to answer.
Is, in your opinion, based on his tenure, has he been good enough?
Next question.
Okay, let's go to RMK. Again, this has been a huge issue. But by the way, and of course, at the center has been Nurul Izzah. She has found herself at the center of this debate about the socio-economic framework that she has said that she's working on behind closed doors for the Indian community. Do you think it's fair that now, but of course the opposition has come up very loudly. Some have questioned her, asking her what has she done for the Indian community and all these things. What is your take on this whole issue now with regards to the Indian socio-economic plan and the RMK-13?
Now, if we speak on 13, we have to look at 11 and 12.
Okay.
What was different in 11 and 12? 11 and 12 was same also. I saw, I think now this video of Vedamurti wanting to go and bringing all the Indians and saying, I need to speak on that a bit. This Vedamurti guy, our Indians are marginalized. We are small, and you are even breaking that small and bringing them to the road again. Well, we all, Hindraf was something which brought Indians together, but that this same guy is breaking the Indians together. In 11, in the previous RMK, we didn't see a substantial help towards the Indian community. Even in 13, sorry, even in 12, there was no substantial great impact towards the Indian community. Now, if we want to speak badly about this current government, we have to look back and see what did the previous government did and what this government is doing. RMK 13, yes, in regards of YB Nurul Izzah. Now, my question is, when no one speaks, everyone comes out and say no one is speaking. When someone speaks, why are you speaking? So, enna venunu.
That's a very good point you bring, because before her news was released, before the statement was released that she said that she's developing a framework for the Indian community, I did not hear any of the activists or the leaders bring up suggestions for Indian policies to be integrated into RMK-13. I didn't hear any of the leaders publicly saying that there's been no Indian-centric policies within RMK-11 and 12, or at least not as much as we should have. So is this all just a smear campaign? Do you think that these leaders are really not that interested, that they're just using this to ride the wave?
Which leaders you mean?
The opposition leaders, who's been...
Yeah, well, opposition, politicians are politicians. They take ride on certain issues. When we, in regards of YB Nurul Izzah, I've spoken to her personally. I even met her even before campaign, before party elections, and after party elections also. She is her heart, and she's honest in what she says. When I met her, her questions: what's happening with Indians? What do we need to do? So she is indeed speaking, and she did some round tables with previous MP YB Charles and some of these elite groups from University Malaya, and some of them were the same ones who were even asked for suggestion the previous government. So it's the same people. So Nurul Izzah, she is doing her part, but again, the pressure which is pressed upon her is immense. She just took, someone messaged me and commented on my social media and say, Nurul Izzah should do this. Why isn't she making noise? Why isn't she making statements? She doesn't hold a position in the government. And some will also say, she should sit at home and tell the father what to do. Me having my children also, sometimes I don't listen to my children.
We all don't.
Yeah. So
no, but on that case, if you are saying that, on that note, just two questions here. Firstly, is that I have heard the same thing from other PKR members who have come on this podcast. They have said that many top leaders in PKR, I don't want to mention names, have approached them asking what should we do for the Indians. So is it that the Indian leaders within PKR, including yourself, have failed in sharing the problems that are happening to the Indians to these people, to the top leaders, who can then go on to convert your thoughts, your suggestions into policies? Have you guys not done your job?
Yes and no.
Please elaborate, Prince.
Yes, I have done. I am doing. You see me, I'm going out and I'm speaking. I'm speaking boldly because I am here for my Indian people. I said this in my previous podcast with you. I'm here for the Indian people. I mean, I'm a Malaysian. I come for the whole Malaysia. But since I'm Indian, I have to speak for the Indians. Yes, many of us give our suggestions, but many are not giving their suggestions also. Your suggestions, the suggestions should not just be on comments, but it should be practically. You have to write a paper. You have to come out with statements. You have to make your voice loud. So this part of those who are not doing, I encourage them to do. Again, I'm not saying that what all the opposition is doing is bad. Every leaders who comes, they come to do something for the community. So, but we have to do it in the right way. For me, I can take myself. I am meeting leaders. I am talking to them. I am speaking with my ground, and to my direct head, which is Dato Azman, I speak to him. I tell him what's going on because he's the political secretary of the Prime Minister on the Indian issues and everything. I do speak. We need more voice. You ask me? Yes, we need more voice. Are they doing? To answer the question, we need more voice.
But on my second question to what you said previously was that you brought up the fact that YB Nurul Izzah is no longer she doesn't hold any seat, any MP seat, whatever,
Yes.
in government, right? She's just in the party. So on that phrase, on that thought, if you look at what has happened since 2013 to 2025, we have had 6 blueprints / initiatives / proposals for the Indian community. MIC 1, Hindraf 1. During Najib's time, there was MIC again launched another one, and then Najib launched his one, which is Malaysian Indian Blueprint, and then recently MIPP launched their one, Reset 2027, and finally you guys, okay, with this proposed plan. Out of all of these 6, the only one that mattered was the one launched by Najib, which is the Malaysian Indian Blueprint, because it was included in the government, and that took form in the shape of SIDIC, which is what we have MITRA now. So whatever framework that she's working on, do we really need to pay so much attention to it if the way you say she doesn't really hold any power, any place of importance? So whatever that she proposes will not be, the government will not have the pressure to integrate it into their system.
No, it's not like that. She is the deputy chairman, deputy president of the ruling government, which is PKR. So her say is it carries weight. What she is doing is good because she is going down and meeting everyone. If you goes to her office, many of our Indians goes and meets her and talks to her. So whatever she says and she brings to the Prime Minister will carry weight. For example, when MIC, to Najib himself, MIC played a role on bringing issues. They brought the issues because they were the Indian component party for Barisan Nasional. And we must always remember the current government is not one party government. It's a coalition of various political parties. So if we want to implement something, it is a task. It will be a task where Prime Minister PM has to decide it well and make sure he doesn't step on other parties. So if you ask me, Izzah's whatever Izzah bring won't carry weight. It will carry weight because she's the deputy president of a party. We have more than 1 million members. So what she's doing, I congratulate her because at least she's doing. Our previous touch a bit of PKR. Our previous deputy president didn't do as that. He didn't speak of the Indians. because he was seeing it in general. But this deputy president, she sees the problem. She goes down to that problem. If you see the rally which happened yesterday, she went down there. Even going down there, also she was questioned, targeted. You don't go, also you are targeted.
But do you think it's fair that she went? Because considering that the person that they are pointing the finger to is her father, is the Prime Minister, do you think it's fair that she went to that rally? What do you think she was trying to achieve by doing that?
She was standing with the people, with what it's needed for the nation. Even before she was the deputy president, she questioned on Azam Baki's appointment. So there itself we see that there is a balance within the party itself, where and we can see Rafizi Ramli bringing 9 MPs and speaking something else. This guy, I believe he's one of the person who sparked the fire. So this party, that is the beauty of this party, where we stand up for what we think is right.
Now, I want to go in a bit deeper into what you just said, but before that, now we are seeing, and just to bring it back to RMK13, there are a lot of criticisms now being thrown at Nurul Izzah in terms of, for example, Dato' Sri Saravanan asked her to show what she has done for the Indian people. How would you answer that?
In the police investigations or in court, the lawyers, the judge will say, if a case is ongoing, they will say, the judge will say, oh, you should not...
Subjudice.
Yeah. You should not say anything out, or else it will be a case against you. And sometimes when Tamil இப்படி சொல்லுவோம் வீட்டுக்கு வீடு வாசப்படி அப்படினா I know I will be questioned on this, but whatever which happens within, we don't say it out. Every party has their own problems. Every party has their own ways of doing work. Everybody has their own ways of doing work. I'm loud, I say it outside, but some might not. So if you are waiting for what she is doing, then she has to say, I mean, yes, she has to say what she's doing. But sometimes some people tend to be silent on and just doing work. And I know personally she is doing.
But do you think that perhaps Indians should change what they're asking? Because it seems like when I see all these press conferences happening, Indians are begging.
Indians are?
Begging, especially in terms of, especially the way the opposition is doing it, because the way they are asking is release the money, we want the money, we want the allocations, right? Shouldn't we be demanding that Indian policies be integrated into RMK13? Shouldn't that be the major focus?
Well, again, that's why we need wise leaders. We need leaders who speaks not as a politician, but as a person who really wants to bring transformation towards the people themselves. I agree, and that's what I am also saying. Why are we just banging on MITRA? We should speak on other things. We should speak on government policies. We should speak on government sector where we need more Indians. We need more Indians in the force. We need more Indians in the civil servants. I said this before and I'm saying it again. These parts we have to say. Even in schools, we need the Indian teachers there. We need Tamil schools to be upgraded in a proper way. Many Tamil schools are in a pathetic state. Why? Why are we not promoting the Tamil schools? So why are we not speaking for these Tamil schools? This one are all policies which has to be done. It is not going and asking, give me 100 million. We need to understand this 100 million is for what and how fast it will finish. Now, I heard someone saying to YB Ramanan on his video and asking, hey, it's just a loan. You should give us grant. How many people need grant? You will need a grant. I will need a grant. Those who are watching me needs a grant. Those who are this camera operator, the one who is standing out there, the security guard, everybody want. If you ask me, everybody wants a grant.
Of course, grant, you don't have to pay back.
So you don't need, because that means you want free money. Come on, this is a world where it's dog, where you need to fight for your right. You need to work hard. I teach my children to work very hard. You work for it. If they do mistakes, now man, you do it again. So we don't beg for, yes, if it's this money, which 100 million again, it's for the poor. It's for those, for them to come up. It's not for the up there people to leverage on it. So
So you agree with the way that Ramanan is doing it now, whereby it's more loans as opposed to grants?
Yes,
Because you're saying
because-
grants is not feasible.
because, see, you don't take it for granted. If you give money, they will just use it. Some, yes, they will make it, but you ask me, in 100%, maybe 10% only will uplift themselves. If you are taking a loan, then you have to work hard to pay the loan.
Yeah.
So you work for it. Never there was a loan or a tekun and bank rakyat and Pangam. I always miss the name.
SME Bank.
SME Bank. This kind of things, it was never done that much. Why isn't that spoken? Because we want free. Money come, money come. It's not money come.
Money pay back.
Yeah, money come. It's
But-
in our name.
The Indian opposition leaders have also taken a lot of hits, thrown a lot of jabs towards Anwar. This has to be, they are, a lot of them are saying a lot of heavy things, saying that he has broken his or failed on his promises to the Indian community. This month, we'll be seeing the Himpunan Turun Anwar. Again, opposition parties are going. Since you are close to the Anwar family, has he done, what are his plans for the Indian community? What is his attitude towards the Indian community?
Yes, close, but I can't go into his bedroom or house and speak to him. Well, we know I see him as a great leader. One of the reasons why I joined PKR is because of him. Seeing him since primary. So you ask me his plans. PM, I can speak of Kak Wan, because she's our MP in Badatul Raza. She sees everyone in general. If you talk about the Indians, she அவங்க கருசுனியா இருக்கிறாங்க இந்தியர்களுக்கு. That means dia perhatian kepada masyarakat. Bukan sahaja masyarakat India, tetapi seluruh masyarakat. I think that's how our Prime Minister is. That's how Kak Wan she is. They see in general. People make fun of his term, anak India, anak Cina, anak India, semua anak saya. He is like that. He is like that. They take everybody in general. There's no specific discrimination towards any parts. So you ask me his plan, I can't read his mind, but what we are seeing that he is towards building Malaysia, not just one race. If he talks more of the Indians and Chinese, it's something, and the Malay rose. Oh, dia menentang Islam dan Melayu, Bumiputra. No. And then when he helps the Malays, the Indians comes out and say, oh, he's against the Indians. And when this SSC thing came out, then the Chinese says, oh, no, now he is against the Chinese. So what should he do? Well, it's a tough task to be the Prime Minister of a multiracial country. But said and done, me speaking for the Indians, we need to voice out. Yes, no, good, bad, but we have to voice out wisely. We need to have intellectually sound leaders who speaks facts, who speaks numbers. I saw this tabled by the team from YB Charles. I forgot what's Yayasan's name. I see all of these parts where some speak and they want this to be implemented. I think, I feel, if you ask me, if I can say this anywhere, I say that we need to implement policies and matters with the right language to those who are down there. They need to understand what's happening. They need to know what's happening. The problem now is when policies are all made, people down there don't understand why and how. A guy texted me, said, I need to know about loan. I said, all around the news, Tekun loan. No one in this area telling me about this loan. I say, why do you need that? On social media. We need to find, we need to take it, we need to grab it. Very sad thing which I also want to say, education-wise, our people are not many are more towards education. Lately, I told that I will absorb registration fees for those who wants to study. Sadly, I mean, the videos went out, shares and everything, but sadly, very sad, not even one came and register. I even offer them grab money. I said, now when you come, I will pay for you. They did not come. So, like that, business-wise, I've opened my arms and asked many of these young ones, come, you come sit down with me. Even if I can't give you, maybe I can guide you through. I can show you the path or what can be done. I will try to use my connections to guide you through a certain path. Very less comes out. Some of these leaders says, why are these young people not going to this kind of people? Not going up there. They are going to down. They're going to those underground brothers of theirs. Why not to? Because we don't speak in their language. For us to uplift our B40 ground there, we need to speak their language. Not just giving out money, we have to teach. We have to be their friends. So,
in that note, though, do you think like entities like MITRA are doing a good enough job in terms of visiting all these constituencies, these towns, and all that, and then holding workshops, having town hall meetings? I mean, MITRA, for example, has been a very isolated agency. They for them, it's all about giving out the money, right? Are they proactive enough? And that's why when you hear people say, I don't know how to apply, I don't do this, I think some of the fault goes to MITRA as well, because they're not going on the ground.
Again, I cannot say that personally. If you ask me, there are some flaws and some parts which I see. There has to be some revamped. But again, this year it's Prabha. Next year it might be Vinod.
I'm more than happy.
Following year it might be Sudan.
Oh, no. I'll still stay.
The following year it might be Arun Doresami.
Yeah.
You just imagine what's going to happen. If it's Arun Doresami, he will just be for the temples. Man, it's not wrong there, but then with this... because there is consistent change on leadership, every leader has their own ideas. I will have my own idea. Vinod will have his own idea. So why? Because it comes under a political influence or political appointee. So when it comes straight under the government or civil servant, then it might be in order, you ask me. So that this issue doesn't fall towards the politician. Now, why MITRA people are talking bad? Because it's just YB Praba sitting there. Or YB Ramanan or YB Saraswati or even the previous ones. Because there's a politician. There's somebody for you to target. If there's nobody for you to target, then it's not an issue. So, if I could say this one day, I'll say, let's not put someone there. Let it come under collective committee. Let it come under the agency itself. So...
But why, then of course it begs the question then, why is it that other similar entities that exist for other races seem to not have the problems we have?
Like?
For example, like Mara. For example, like Jakim. For example, like Tabung Haji. I mean, Tabung Haji had, that's a wrong example to use because during Najib's time they had some issue. But they seem to be doing, even for example, say Zakat. All these things. It seems to be running like clockwork. But for us, it's just muddled with issues and issues and issues. Why do you think for us we can't get this simple thing right?
Because, I mean, everybody wants to try to be a hero. I have not spoken on MITRA or anything, even previously or whatsoever, because I feel there has to have time for them to roll things out. And it is just 100 million, and everybody is wanting that. So maybe it's because of that. Mara, uh, um, these other agencies, they are big. They are big. They are huge. Funds is there are funds there, but we only have 100 million. So because it's only 100 million for Mitra, so the point is the politicians have made, especially now, the current opposition and some of the in the collective government is targeting to one,
Okay.
but they are not seeing the other parts which is benefiting the Indian community, let's say. So Mitra is one.
But on that note, because I think when the budget was announced, I remember, I don't know if you can remember, one of the biggest opposers to the budget was Sudan, who was at that time, he was voicing out, said 100 million is not enough, we want 500 million. Do you think the problem of Mitra or the problems that will be solved by increasing the allocation? What should we do to solve the problem?
Again, there is not only Mitra for Indians. Why are we focusing on that? So Sudan, well, Sudan is trying to be a champion with his. I think he can go for Malaysia's acting or theatrical shows, because he's good in his acting. I saw him acting like
MGR, I don't know. What's his name?
Pushpa.
Yes.
Pushpa Raj.
Yes.
I love it. So, Sudan, he gives out some, not everything. I said I've seen his videos. Some, yes, it's needed. Some parts is needed, but not everything. You cannot give 500 million straight away, and you just imagine 100 million le evlo problem. 500 million na, poche nama samudayam.
So what's the problem then?
For Mitra.
For Mitra, why? Like exactly what you said. If 100 million got so much problem, then 5 million got no.
So what's the solution?
problem? The solution?
What's the solution? We should not have a politician there.
It should be a corporately,
It should be a corporate
private handler.
private entity. Someone who is paid by the government, not politicians. Because politicians, we will tend to defend and do it according to what we want. But if it's policies, it's either me. If I'm retired, you are changed. The next, they will follow the order. So until when, or remove Mitra. I think before Najib, we didn't have this. Remove it. Well, we know why it when Najib did it, and we know what all happened. There's proof, there's facts of what all they gave out now. If there is no more Mitra, 100 million to the Indians or towards the schools, much more better.
But in recently, of course, your fellow party member YB Rafizi, he and I think 9 other MPs, they are called for an RCI for the whole Chief Justice issue. But do you think when it comes to Mitra, a similar sort of investigation or audit should be done? Just because that Mitra is suffering from a severe crisis in reputation right now.
I told previously, I told just now that every money which goes out, this one was on 21st of April 2021. It says on the first charge, this particular name, who was the chief administrative officer at this company, was charged in using a false Agrobank Berhad statement dated this date. The offence was committed at Mitra office in Putrajaya, 28th of July 2021. The second and third charge was charged using 2 vouchers amounting to 6,400 dated January. So everything, whatever you get in Mitra, you have to submit. So audit wise, there is audit. Okay, let's take out the audit. These issues we only see in 2020's problem, where Dato' Halimah was questioned. After that, we don't see. If we want to say Praba is taking the money, Praba this, Praba that, make a report. Do it properly. maybe I challenge Sudan because he's coming out with videos every day. Every day, go and do a report. Bring this, file a court case. Bring it to court. Question there. And let's see if there is a issue there. There is something which they have done wrong. Then let the court decide. Last 3 years, we didn't see that. 2020, we saw that. 2021, they are charged.
So again, I do agree with you that we need to be constructive in our criticism. We can't always, I do understand this is politics and sometimes a bit of drama is fun. What would you want to see implemented for the Indians in the RMK-13?
Well, we need to see the minority. I saw some of this, which Yayasan and a few of them coming out. First, they speak about studies. Yes, studies is important. Tamil schools has to be being looked at, especially those Tamil schools who are small. Just to touch about Tamil school, I don't know whether those who are watching, maybe you can go and watch the movie Pallikudam or Pasanga, no, Pallikudam, School Pasanga or something, which was by Dennis. That school talks 100% about how the Tamil schools are. Where this particular teacher, headmaster, he had only one student. And the parents of that one student, because you only need one student to run the school, that's parents shifted. So didn't have student. So he went to another school. He bribed the father is a drunkard, bribed the father, took the student to the school just to run the school. So for school-wise, it's more of emotional than seeing the future. I speak this to many of our PIBG heads and the parents. I said, let's not be emotional. Our Indians, we are emotional. I said, we have to think about the coming generations for the Tamil school. So what I need schools. Schools has to be looked at, especially the Tamil schools. The needs of the Tamil schools. Some Tamil schools are not done well. Some Tamil schools, canteen is too small. Tamil schools, we need more opportunity in the government sector. Once we lift that up, I think our people also will feel wanted, sense of belonging. The problem now is the sense of belonging. Everyone which we speak, they said, the Indians, we are not belonged here. So the sense of belonging happens when this kind of things are given. And allocations for SME, I think that's there. For students, for scholarships, for matriculation. Education is something which is very important. I think this RMK-13, for me personally, I would want to see education support to be lifted up. Not more to giving out this part. And another part which I want is, it's towards the marginalized Indians, the young ones, the belia. If you see every programs which is, most of the programs which is done by government or NGOs, we lack of Indian young ones there. Because the purinda unarvu, the understanding why I should go, is not there. So we need to have someone or something to speak the right language to the young ones. So my priority I see is towards education in this RMK-13. I don't want to ask MITRA 150, 200, 300,
1 billion.
1 billion, 500,000, 500 million, sorry. It's going to be the same thing. This is speaking out my heart out. It's going to be the same. We have been seeing this. We've been seeing this again and again. I say, ayo, where drama liya.
So, thank you again, Prince, for coming on the podcast. I really I loved it and having you. I would love to have you back again. Let's do this more regularly.
Yes, we should do it
Regularly, every week.
we should speak more of. Actually, it's good. We should have ideas and maybe this voice. I see many negative voice on social media than positiveness. We need to spread more positive. It is not just singing motivational songs or listening motivational songs, but we have to make sure to do it. I was looking through some of the old posts by previous governments and the same comments I see now also. We should change the government. Previously also, we should teach them in the PRU 15. We should teach them PRU 14. How many times you all want to teach? So let's come together positively, making change. I won't say we don't have leaders. We have leaders. I think Prakash, right? His name. He came here. The Adun.
Yeah.
We
Kota
have-
Kemuning.
We have Kota Kemuning. We have YB Ramanan, who is very vocal. If you see his press statements or questions which he asks, he answers it directly and through his heart. That guy has a vast understanding also. I have the opportunity to sit together with him and understanding his point of view and how he sees forward. He has ideas which I feel. We hope that he becomes a minister. And yes, another part, we need an Indian minister.
So, Prince, is
That gonna
Parliament your next your next destination now?
Me,
Yeah, you should, man. Indian leader.
sky is the limit. And yes, everyone has their heart. And I mean, when we come here, we have our targeted place or targeted path that we want to go. If God permits, inshallah,
You'll be there.
we'll be there.
So guys, that was Prince Jon from Parti Keadilan Rakyat back again for the second time, and we hope this is not the last, third, fourth, fifth. Let's do it and discuss all the key issues. And finally, perhaps be the voice of the Madani government to combat and to address the negative criticisms that are coming your way.
Yeah.
So guys, as always, if you guys had any thoughts, please share them in the comments. I'm sure Prince will be back. So please, if you guys have any questions for him, share in the comments and we may address it in our next session. So we'll see you all soon, guys. Take care. Bye.